I'm not interested in going out there with state troopers enforcing. I really urge each and every one of you and the mayors to encourage each and every one of your businesses to do the right thing.
I've got a full day booked today, and I'm booked until June, and more people are calling in every minute.
Why should we put people at risk when you can contract it so easily?
It's been very costly, it's been very time consuming, but it's what we need to do to make sure that we ensure the safety of everybody.
This is not something that is just going to, change overnight. We're not going to go back to quote unquote normal.
Outdoors is safer than indoors. Outdoors where you have a lot of air change.
I've given the business community every opportunity to make this work.
We certainly don't want to be in the position where we come in such close proximity with everyone, our clients, and then end up spreading this virus.
Without our businesses, we don't have a main street.
He's been through quite a medical journey, and so to see him just be able to walk around, no device, nice and safe is really awesome.
We never gave up hope, and here he is today, and we're just so grateful.
Live from WFSB, this is a special edition of Face the State with Dennis House. Coronavirus in Connecticut.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dennis House. Welcome to Face the State, Connecticut's longest-running political program. This has been a week of fast-moving developments in the COVID-19 pandemic. The state reopened partially as thousands of unemployed workers went back to work. But there are still tens of thousands of you still waiting for permission to resume your livelihoods. We are honored to be joined once again tonight by Governor Ned Lamont, joining us now from the executive residence. And we'll get to viewer questions in a moment, Governor. But we've received thousands of them via social media, email, calls, etc. So I want to ask you, people seem a little frustrated. What's your message to them tonight?
I'm a little frustrated too. COVID can frustrate you. It's upset our lives over the last 90 days, 60 days. I wish COVID was predictable. I wish I could tell people exactly what the world's going to look like in 3 months, but I can't. What I can tell you is we've had the very best scientific team, I think, in the country advising us on how people can get back to work safely. And that's been my number one priority. And as you pointed out, on May 20th, we made a big step, one of the first steps in the region to allow, states in the region to allow outdoor dining. I think that went pretty well to get our stores slowly back towards normal. But I'll tell you, Dennis, the customers in many cases were hesitant. It's going to take a little while till they build up a confidence that we're doing this safely, the stores are doing it safely, the restaurants are doing it safely, and I think they are.
Quite honestly, Governor, most of the viewers writing in say that you're doing a good job managing the pandemic and the state's response to it. And you may have to do some drastic things in days to come. I know that the casinos have frustrated you because they want to open on June 1st. If they become a problem in terms of the virus spreading, is there anything that you can do? Because they are sovereign nations. Can you shut down an exit ramp or something like that? What would you do?
Well, right now we're having good constructive conversations, I think. I've talked to Gina Raimondo and Charlie Baker and Andrew Cuomo, our regional governors. You know, we're pretty united that June 1 is just too early to open up a big indoor facility like that. Caters to people throughout the entire region, an older population usually. Not the right thing to do right now. It endangers a lot of people within the casino and those that work there and go back to the communities.
Is there anything you can legally do to dissuade people from going there?
Perhaps, but you know my style. We're still talking. The tribes have been really good citizens and partners for the state of Connecticut a long time. I'd like to think we're going to find a fair compromise.
All right, Governor, let's get to some of the viewer questions. Donna of Waterbury wants to know, these new outdoor dining situations, will they be allowed to use the bathrooms?
I think the answer to that is yes, and we have protocols in there about how you have to regularly clean that bathroom as well, since that surface can be contagious.
Bob from Wethersfield wants to know, do you need to be members of the same quarantined family to be seated at a restaurant? In other words, can friends go out to dine together?
The answer to that is yes. I mean, I'm going out with friends tomorrow, and we're not quarantining together. It's four of us, and we're going to keep a little distance, but we're slowly and carefully trying to get our lives back to some type of new normal.
Your executive order requires wearing masks, but many consumers can't find them at all in stores. So Pat of Plainville asks, why can't we purchase face masks in stores? The only place to buy them is online, and not a good place to order from her experience. Is there any effort to step up production or to get supplies to stores across Connecticut?
Well, first of all, we've got our DECD, Economic Community Development website, and they tell you the best sources to get masks, to get protective gear. It's qualified. You know it's good stuff. We've negotiated very good prices there. But I'll tell you, Dennis, I mean, the supply is picked up now. They've got high-quality things being advertised on TV, as she points out, on Amazon and such. You know, maybe there was a heck of a backlog 90 days ago. That's not the case today.
Also, finding gas stations seem to have a supply of sanitizer and things like that that stores do not have. Back to the governor of our great state of Connecticut, Ned Lamont, joining us now from the executive residence in Hartford's West End. Thank you again, Governor. I've received many questions from people who go into certain places and they don't see people wearing masks, but some people are exempt. Who would they be?
People with pre-existing conditions who have a doctor's suggestion that they don't use a mask. Maybe they have some respiratory issue and the such. I think that's very rare, though. I think you'll find the other 99% can wear a mask and should wear the mask.
So this is the unofficial kickoff of summer this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It's getting warm enough where people are tempted to go swimming. And we have this question from Shirley in Southington. Can you get the virus from swimming in the ocean? I know that the governor has shut down state parks in terms of swimming inland, but the state parks on the Sound, you can go swimming in, Governor.
Absolutely. There's no risk of picking up COVID by swimming outside in the great Long Island Sound. Don't worry about that. I can only give you so many guarantees in life. That's one I feel very confident about.
I know that my kids are going a little stir crazy, and we had a lot of viewer questions from parents. We're hearing about restrictions at certain state beaches that will likely mean fewer people will actually be on the beach. In Newington, they announced that town pools will be closed all summer. What do you say to families about how to manage this and how to beat the heat? What should they be doing this summer?
Well, first of all, I mean, all my neighbors, they closed down their beaches, they closed down their parks, and I did just the opposite. Working with Commissioner Katie Dykes, we kept our beaches, we kept our parks, our state parks open. We did that because you can't be just cooped up inside all day long. For your mental health and well-being, it's important to be able to go out and take a walk in the great outdoors, especially this time of the year. So that's why we're at Gay City State Park today. Go to the little-known parks, the ones that aren't right on the mainstream. You'll be able to find some, places where you can walk quietly and have a very relaxing time without a lot of congestion.
We get a lot of questions about summer rentals in the beach communities. Luca from Marlborough writes, does the governor have any plans to reduce the 32-day rental restriction and allow 1-week vacation home rentals, especially for those residents of Connecticut who are renting in Connecticut? And Joan in Litchfield has a similar question. Let me get to Joan first. Will Connecticut families be allowed to rent their cottages short-term in June through August in terms of that time frame?
Yeah, that's part of our June 20th reevaluation. I think we're going to be able to loosen that up. Look, when we put that in, back then, New York City was on fire. The pandemic was 30, 40, 50% in many cases, the infection rate. We really didn't want a lot of traffic going back and forth. So we limited who could stay at the hotels to just first responders and limited the short-term rentals. I'd like to think that by the end of June, we're past that, the infection rates are down, and we'll be able to rent those out again.